So, a few weeks ago, there was an article in the media around an absolutely shocking statistic. So, they looked at doing a consultation with 100,000 women about their experiences of the healthcare system, and 8 out of 10 women said that they felt that they'd been ignored by a doctor or a nurse or other healthcare professional. 8 out of 10 women have had this experience where they've been ignored, and this is absolutely outrageous. The conclusion of this consultation was that the healthcare system is entrenched in sexism and stigma, and I see this a lot with my clients in terms of whether it's experiencing menopause symptoms that aren't sort of taken seriously, or period problems, hormone issues. It's so easy to get dismissed. And we're taught to believe that debilitating symptoms, such as like heavy, really painful periods that might mean that you have to miss a couple of days of work each month, just gets, we're just told this is normal. This is, part of, what it's like to be a woman. And or the other kind of classic thing is you go in with a hormone issue or like difficulties around your period, and you're just given the contraceptive pill, which just sort of masks the symptoms. It doesn't really get to the root cause of why you're experiencing those symptoms in the first place. Another kind of classic area aside from that is around pregnancy. Some of the stories I hear around how women have been treated throughout their pregnancy, their labor, when they know something's not right, or they want something to happen and it's not happening, is absolutely shocking. And I had a client recently where she had had some blood tests done. She came to me, and I reviewed them, and I looked at her thyroid results, and I was like, I think this is a little bit on the high side. It was within the normal reference range. And this is the thing, you can go to the doctors, get blood tests, and they come back as normal, even though you know that there is something not quite right. And it's like, well, it's normal. So that's the end of the investigation. There's nothing else we can do. Everything's fine. Kind of just go away. Stop bothering me. I had this about 10 years ago. I suspected there was some kind of hormone issues going on. I was really struggling with adult acne and some other symptoms. And I went to the doctors. They did some blood tests. I came back, I had elevated testosterone. And then they sent me off for a scan to see if I had polycystic ovaries. And because I didn't meet the definition of, what they look for on scans, again, it was like, well, you don't have that, so everything seems to be fine. Just go away. And it took me a long time and a lot of work to get to the bottom of what was really going on and fix that and work over time to sort of get there. And this is what I see with a lot of clients as well is, they've been searching for answers, and it's such a shame that they come to me almost as a last resort, which is terrible, really, to kind of get to the bottom of what's going on. So yeah, I was talking about a client. So she had high thyroid issues, and again, they'd come back, oh, it's normal. So I said, actually, I think this is a little bit on the high side, because they have quite wide reference ranges, particularly for thyroid. And so you can experience thyroid symptoms even though you're in the normal range. But often the tests that they do around thyroid doesn't give you the complete picture. Anyway, I pushed her to kind of go back to her doctor and say, could she get some other tests done? And anyway, she's ended up with a referral on to see a specialist to see if there's anything going on with her thyroid. And that was despite coming back and being in the normal reference range. So she may be experiencing hypothyroidism. It may be, you can, like I said, you can be within the normal range, but it doesn't mean it's optimal. That's really not the same thing. And so when you're going to see doctors, they're not looking for things like nutrient deficiencies, nutrient insufficiencies. They're not looking for, whether things are working optimally. They're just like, is there something wrong? Yes or no. Does it fit within my criteria? Yes or no. And if it's if it all comes back fine, that's it, job done. There's nothing wrong, even though you can be experiencing some really debilitating symptoms. And in the context of when, women's stuff isn't really being given the attention that it deserves, and our suffering is often being ignored, and we're having such a bad experience of the healthcare system, it makes it really hard to get to the bottom of what's really going on. So if you are experiencing symptoms that you just are really struggling with, and you don't know how to get to, the answers that you need, then, comment below or just send me a personal message, and I'm happy to chat to you, answer any questions that you might have, and make some recommendations. Because what I often do for clients is give them ideas of how to go and approach their doctors, what kind of tests they should ask for to see if they can find more information. And then I will also look at the test results afterwards as well. I use slightly different reference ranges. Like I said, I'm looking for making sure things are working optimally, not that you're just in a normal reference range. So it's a slightly different way of interpreting blood tests. So yeah, if this is something you're struggling with, just drop me a message. I'm happy to just give you some guidance, offer some support in terms of making some suggestions, because I work with clients to make sure that they have the right nutrients in a targeted way, which can make a huge difference to whether it's your immune system, your hormones, your mood, your gut health, your metabolism. We need to make sure that you've got all the right building blocks and nutrients to make sure that your body is working optimally, so that you can move from just surviving and suffering through symptoms to really thriving. So anyway, thank you for watching. Drop me a message if you need to chat. Thanks.